Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I made a cookie from BT21. This tutorial is a BTS/BT21 collaboration along with Thalias Cakes, Crazy Cool Cakes, and Cup and Cake. I will have the links for their tutorials down below and don't forget to check those out at the end of this one. I'm starting out with one 6-inch cake that is very tall, and I sliced that into 3 layers, and I'm filling that with some Swiss meringue buttercream using my small offset spatula. Once my cake was stacked up, I took this little template of a cookie that I made. I will link the one that I used down below, and I'm placing that on top of my cake. Using a knife, I'm just going to gently carve around my template. I gently picked up my cake and placed it on its side, and then using a knife, I'm rounding out the front and back edges. Once I had the shape that I wanted, I added a thin layer of buttercream all around the outside of my cake to lock in the crumbs, and then that's going to go in the fridge for about 25 minutes to chill. When you can touch your finger to the buttercream and none of it comes off, it's ready for the final ice. So I'm adding another layer of that buttercream on my cake and just doing my best to smooth it out with my small spatula. To really perfect my buttercream, I'm using a piece of cardstock, and this is just going to allow me to get around all of those rounded out edges. Once my buttercream was nice and smooth, I popped that cake back in the fridge just to chill while I set up my fondant. Cooky is this lovely bubblegum pink color, so I'm rolling out my fondant on my cornstarch surface to about 1/8 of an inch thick. I picked that up using my fondant roller and draped it over my chilled cake and just worked quickly with my hands to smooth out the fondant as best I could, working my way down the cake. I cut away some of the excess using a pizza cutter and then use that excess fondant to buff over my cake. And grabbing my fondant smoother, I'm just pressing that fondant in at the bottom to really make sure I have a tight seal there. I cut away the rest of the excess fondant and then use my little piece of cardstock to help push that seam just gently underneath the cake. I use my template to make both of the ears. I just use more pieces of my pink fondant and use the template as a guide to get the right shape before cutting off the excess at the bottom. I cut out some white fondant for the inner ear. And then inserted a little piece of dried spaghetti into the bottom of each ear and brushed the bottom also with a little bit of water to help them stay in place when I add them to the cake. I rolled out some black fondant and then used my X-Acto knife to cut out the facial features. And now it was time to add everything onto the cake. I started out with the ears, just using my template again as a guide to make sure they were being placed in the right spot. Finally, I added his face. For these pieces, I used a little bit of shortening to attach them because if you use water and you don't get it right the first time, then some black residue is going to be left behind. Whereas if you use shortening, you have a little bit of wiggle room and there won't be a stain on the pink fondant. And this was the final result, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out my fellow collaborators. All the links for their videos are right below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.